Well, somebody call Howie Mandel because we got a new deal for Seattle Seahawks quarterback Geno Smith. Breaking news at this hour as your Seattle Seahawks have restructured the contract of quarterback Geno Smith. The report coming out within just a little while from Field Yates of ESPN, tweeting out the following. The Seahawks have restructured the contract of quarterback Geno Smith, converting his $9.6 million roster bonus into a signing bonus and creating $4.8 million in the 2024 cap space per source. Let me stop there for a second here. Kind of just to wrap this, put it in a nutshell of some sorts here. What this means, let me put it in English for you. The Seahawks are taking roughly about $10 million to give to Geno right now, kind of a $10 million pay bump for the moment that he will get for this year, and it creates $5 million in cap space. And we know that the Seahawks are short when it comes to money at the moment, and that they're going to need more money to spend for free agency and for the draft and any potential trades and all that. They obviously need money just to even re-sign Leonard Williams before anything else right there. So this was a necessary move. This all sounds good for the Seahawks to do this. So that's part one. Corbin K. Smith, who covers the Seahawks, does a great job for SIL Seahawks. He did a good job putting this into context as well, providing his analysis, saying this move spreads the signing bonus out over this year and next year, and Smith gets it now. Could he still be moved? Sure, but I don't see why the Seahawks would have made this move, kicking some cap hit down to 2025 if they planned to trade him. So if you're the Seattle Seahawks here, you freed up some money, okay? Geno gets a little extra cash, so he can have a very nice trip in Cancun if he so chooses, and everybody wins. I don't hate this at all. And let's just say, for all intents and purposes, we have talked about that there's the possibility of Geno getting traded, right? Although that seems less likely now. We'll have more on that in just a bit. You still are in a friendly situation of sorts. You have flexibility now. What is your one-word reaction? I'll give you my one-word reaction here in just a moment of this deal, but what do you think? I don't hate it personally. What is your one word? Give me your one-word reaction in the comment section. Let us know. Folks, this is why you subscribe. I kid you not. Me and Big Tex, we were just getting ready to pack up, call the weekend, enjoy ourselves, and then this news broke, and I said, Tex, let's get a video out as quick as we can. So we got our resources together. We stayed late at the end of our work week to give you the best Seahawks content on YouTube. We're built different around here at Seahawks Today. We reached 50,000 subscribers this week. I still owe you a beer boot bath, which we will pay off here in the coming days, so stay tuned for that. But, folks, I want to get 50 more subscribers off today's show. Let's continue to build this movement, this following here on Seahawks Today. You guys are the absolute best. It is my joy, my honor to bring you this show every day. Let's keep the momentum going. Subscribe now. Join the family. You'll be glad you did. My one-word reaction is expected. I am not surprised at all that the Seahawks went forward with this move to get Geno this money now and to open up that cap space, because the Seahawks just aren't in a very good situation at the moment of money available, and there's too many guys out there that they have to get this money to. It's not just Leonard Williams, but you're talking about Jordan Brooks, Bobby Wagner, just to name a few, right? You have to go find that money, and you got to find every penny you can. So this was expected from me. Now, I don't think Geno gets traded, but as we've said previously, if there is some offer that you cannot refuse, that's still on the table. You can still go that route. The chances are slim, but they're not impossible. This didn't completely shut the door on that, but it certainly did make it less likely that Geno gets traded here this season. Now, the perfect quarterback plan for the Seahawks going forward, this is what I look at for what this team should approach things here for 2024 and beyond. I still think it starts with Geno Smith as your starting quarterback in 2024. Now, even if Geno is your starter next season, that doesn't mean you can't find your future quarterback in this year's draft or in next year's draft. If there is a guy that Mike McDonald and Ryan Grubb and John Schneider say we have to have in this year's draft, you can still go get him. But if it's not this year, it's got to be next year. You do have to take care of this sooner than later. And as I've said before, and I'll continue to reiterate, the perfect situation for that next quarterback is to sit behind Geno Smith. And for Geno to show this young quarterback how the NFL works, how the Seahawks do things, and put them in the best situation to succeed. The formula, the recipe has been proven time and time again that the best track record of success is sitting behind a veteran quarterback. Patrick Mahomes did it behind Alex Smith. We saw Aaron Rodgers do it behind Brett Favre. Lamar Jackson did it behind Joe Flacco. Brock Purdy even did it behind Jimmy G. On again. That is the best track record for success, and that should be the Seahawks' plan for whenever they do find that next quarterback. Today's show is sponsored by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the place to go for daily fantasy made easy. Here's how it works. You choose 2 or more players on any given category. Get the choice of more or less, whether you are talking fantasy points, maybe it's yardage, maybe it's straight points, rebounds, whatever it may be, strikeouts, all sorts of different leagues to choose from. NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, golf, NASCAR, and more. This week on Prize Picks, I got a little special for you. We call this the Rodriguez squared deal for you. As I got Grayson Rodriguez of the Baltimore Orioles to have more than 180.5 strikeouts. And then our guy, Julio Rodriguez of your Seattle Mariners, hopefully the Mariners have a nice season this year, has more than 168.5 hits. Let's say I put $20 down, both these hit. We're making $100 on Prize Picks, folks. Play along with me. PrizePicks.com/CLNS. Promo code CLNS for a $100 deposit match. The link is in the comments and description of today's video. PrizePicks.com/CLNS. Play along with me today. You'll be glad you did. So, what are the Seahawks getting out of Geno Smith? Well, he has been to back-to-back Pro Bowls in his first 2 years as the full-time starter for the Seattle Seahawks. A 17-15 overall record as the starting QB. He did miss a couple games due to injury. Did take them to the playoffs last season, 2 straight years where the Seahawks had a 9-8 record. And he set 4 Seahawks franchise records in 2022. And think about this, too, when it comes to Geno Smith. He doesn't cost a lot either. You look at the production, the numbers that are out there. I know some of you are saying 20 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. It's not a lot. Those aren't gaudy numbers. Those aren't, an MVP candidate that's not a franchise quarterback. And that's all true. But your base salary is $13 million. The Seahawks are in a pretty good spot with Geno Smith. And looking forward to this next year, with Shane Waldron out of the building, thank God, I expect Geno to have a better year than he did last year. In fact, I think he can have a really good year in Ryan Grubb's offense. This air raid scheme, this should be similar to the offense he ran when he was at West Virginia and played really well at a high level in the Big East, the Big 12 Conference. I think he's going to have a nice bounce back year. And I hate to even say bounce back because it wasn't a bad year. It just wasn't a great year for Geno. I think Geno can put up similar, if not better, numbers than what he did his first year as the starter when he had 30 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. And I know some of you are saying, like, hey, the Seahawks, you got to move on from Geno. Geno isn't the guy and all that. We all knew. We have all said this from the very beginning with Geno Smith, that he's a stopgap quarterback. He's a bridge quarterback. He's not the long-term solution, and that's okay. But the truth of the matter is the Seahawks have bigger issues than Geno Smith. Eventually, yes, you do have to find your franchise quarterback. And whether it's this offseason or next, whatever it may be. But for now, your best bet is still to roll with Geno Smith, at least in the short term. Should the Seahawks start Geno Smith in 2024? I say yes. What do you think? Y for yes, N for no. Put a letter down in the comments section. Let me know. Subscribe now for the latest happenings on your favorite team. Give me and Big Tex a little thank you for staying late at the end of our work week. And subscribe to the channel. That's the best way you can help support the show. We certainly appreciate it. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next time.